11. We've got an old friend back and a new friend joining. So Christiane and Therel, welcome to TequiLadies. I will do a quick intro, which is we do this every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, I guess. For over 4.5 years, we've been doing episodes, and this is episode 211. We talk to agave enthusiasts, experts, industry insiders, people related to the industry, people who love it, people who hate it. We talk to everybody.
But sometimes ourselves.
Like all the time. Like, I'm a person in the industry. You're a person in the industry. Anyway, I am Marissa, aka the Tequila Encyclopedia. Heidi, La Tequila Mamacita, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll pass it to Christiane and Therel.
I am La Tequila Mamacita. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I love educating people about tequila, but mostly drinking it. Cheers.
Cheers, girl.
What's up, everybody? I'm Christiane Maertens. I am the founder of Valor Tequila and the Gente Buena Foundation. I'm so excited to be here tonight. 2 years almost to the date, ladies, which is amazing. So thank you for having us back. And I'm so excited to have one of my colleagues with me.
Buenas noches, everyone. My name is Therel. I lead the groundwork for Gente Buena Foundation, all the community work and so many other things that we're probably going to be talking about.
So let's do, for old time's sake, let's do Smile Like an Asshole, and then we'll do toasts, and then we'll jump into what Valor is, what Gente Buena is, how they interact, and we can go from there. Okay, everyone, if you have a bottle, great. If you don't, just smile anyway, and we will, oh, look at you with your pink, all of you. Okay, estamos listos?
Listo.
Wait, I got my shiny pink too, don't you worry.
Ready, steady, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now we're going to say what we're drinking, who we're cheersing to. We never make our guests go first. Heidi, you were off last week, so you get to go first this week.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm going to toast to my husband, who's under the house right now trying to fix the tankless hot water heater.
And that is not even his
husband. He always tries to fix it himself before calling like the repair guy. So cheers to my husband, Anderson. Salud. And also for dealing with my whole Mexican debacle a couple of weeks ago and all of that stuff. So
we will get into that.
Anderson.
Cheers.
Okay, I will go next. I want to cheers to all the women in the industry. It is the start of our Women's History Month special. So yeah, we let Therel come in for a little bit. That's what she said. And then he's going to pop out. That's also what she said. But we are focusing on women-led brands and women like in the industry this entire month. And so we're kicking it off with none other than Christiane, which is awesome. So I want to cheers to all the women in the industry. I, of course, am drinking Valor tonight, but I'm drinking the old one. And then when we do, I will crack open the new guy and we'll try to compare the two. Just for starters, I love this new branding so much. This new bottle is stunning. But we will get into all that in a little bit. All right, next.
Cheers.
Right out of the bottle.
I'm actually going to cheers to Therel. We're going to learn more about him over the course of the night, but he and I have known each other for over 10 years, and he has been on this journey with me since day one as a volunteer, by the way. We're all volunteers, really, at the end of the day. But he's a very special person, and I'm very happy to have him here tonight. And ladies, I couldn't think of a better interview to introduce him to more of the tequila community. So thank you very much. And cheers, guys. Cheers. Oh, and I'm drinking, what am I drinking? I am drinking Valor Reposado. I'm going to move into the high proof, but I wanted to wait to taste it with you guys once you crack open the bottle. So
nice.
Okay.
So I would cheer for the family. I would cheer definitely for every single family and person that was out there working hard and dreaming the big dream. And we all know you're gonna get there. So cheers for everyone. And I'm drinking Añejo, Valor Añejo.
Oh, we got a nice variety tonight. We got a Blanco, a Repo, a High Proof, and Añejo. We're doing it all. Todos para todos.
I forgot to say I'm drinking the little Blanco that you sent me.
Oh, yay. Aren't the minis adorable?
So cute. And I love that it has like the little wooden top.
Now, let me tell you, that was not easy.
I
But
bet.
Would. Love
Germany on
that.
our team, who you, Marissa, you know, Heidi, you've never met in person,
Mhm.
the ends of the earth, but we found them. We found the mini corks. So yes.
I love it.
So
I
many
love it.
jokes I want to make. I will hold them all back. Okay, so March is obviously Women's History Month, but you know what else it is? It is Christiana and Valor Month. And the reason for that is 2 years ago, you came on this show, Christiana, and I was not going to attend it, but I was like, how do I not? I'm sitting at dinner celebrating my friend's birthday, and I'm like, how do I not do this? I got to do this. You just seemed cool, and I was like, I want to meet her. So I stepped out from dinner. I was like, guys, I'll be back in 10. I'm just going to say a quick hello. Stayed on for the duration of the episode pretty much. And then a year later, I had an opportunity to bring a brand into a bank. I called Christiana. And then we met in person. And then she celebrated my birthday with me all night till midnight.
Oh yes.
Outlasted most of my friends. And then, although you are a friend. And now this year, we're kicking off March with Christiana. It is the month of Christiana. March is Christiana month.
We
So-
had to start it with you.
And I'm leaving tomorrow for my friend's birthday. So it's all Christiana and my friend's birthday.
I mean, that's kind of an honor. So thanks, Marissa. Because yeah, we were together in March of last year, right?
It's a tradition unlike any other. And I do need to ask, okay, so people heard from you on TequiLadies in our old platform 2 years ago, your old bottle 2 years ago. What has changed in 2 years? What's changed? What's going on?
Look at the
So-
sticker that was on there.
I know, I'm hiding it with my hand, but
Back in the day, thankfully that was CRT approved circa
Yeah.
23. So we are still legal. And you know what's crazy, guys? Batch 1, we're gonna do a little post about it, but it's almost gone, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like, oh my god.
sending a kid off to college. You're like, well, you're out of the house, but I think I did the best I could with you. So,
Yeah, it's a strange, like, we have a distributor just bought the rest of it, and we were like but you know, it's God, so much has happened since we've seen each other. I mean, Jesus Christ, and I could do an entire monologue about it for the next hour, which I won't do. But
I mean, I'm here for it, girl.
so when I first saw you guys, let's see, we had a Blanco, we had a Repo, we had
You had a Blanco and a Repo.
Yep, we had
The following year, you had just gotten an añejo, and you had very few bottles, and you brought one to the event, and it was like a big deal. And people were like, I want some añejo.
Yes, but we didn't have an añejo for the show. The añejo hadn't come out yet.
Had not come out yet 2 years ago. Yes.
No, because it didn't come out until November, the holidays of November 2024. And
You
then we
came on
sold
the show with a Blanco and a Repo. A year later, you came to the bank event with a Blanco, a Repo, and an añejo. Now you're coming to TequiLadies with a Blanco, a Repo, an añejo, and a high proof.
Yep.
So
And
we're going to do it next year. And then there's a Joven.
no, we have an XA coming out this summer. A one barrel
Single
Okay.
barrel XA?
one.
How many months?
At that point, it will be 14 months. I mean, 14 months. 3 years and 2 months.
3 years and 2 months. What
Yeah.
ABV was it?
38 months.
It'll be 42, just like Batch Uno. So
Nice.
it'll be 42, like 0.3 or something like that. It's delicious. We cracked open the barrel in January. We had some really lovely guests with us in tequila, so we wanted to share the special moment with them. And oh my God, it's so good. And I'm not an añejo person, but it's really good. And the bottle is going to be beautiful. It's exciting. So,
Tim in the comments is saying the XA is fire.
am I supposed to be able to see the? Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
There
if
we
you
I
click on
see it.
comments, you can see it. It's so to be fair, on Instagram, we got so many comments. On YouTube and Riverside, we get like a fraction. But we
You know what I love about this though? I can read them without my readers.
Yeah.
and I can pop them up here like this or hide them. Like
Oh.
So I like when you pop them up because then I could see them.
I don't know if they come up though when I do when it's recorded. I think I don't know. Hey Tim, you're watching right now. Can you see that I put your quote up on the screen?
Sipping the reposado right now. I'm sipping the OG reposado.
Oh, me too. Well, I guess it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I'm just throwing some comments up. Anyway, yeah, so okay, so you have though in market a new Blanco. Oh, Tim can see it. We love that. Thank you, Tim. What is the difference here?
Yeah, so obviously the packaging is different, and I can give you just a quick update to why we moved to a full label. As much as I love just the aesthetic of the super clean bottle, you put it up on a bar and you're like, where's Valor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we sat, me, Jeremy, Nick, my sister, like, it's not, we don't have a big creative agency. It's like the four of us sitting in my kitchen talking about this. And the añejo packaging people loved so much that we were like, why don't we go to a label? And the gold, and I love gold. And that's how we ended up with that. And then of course the high proof, we did the silver because we just liked the way that the metallic silver hit the pink. And then you'll see what happens with our reposado. The añejo will look the same, and our XA will be something very exciting too, which I'm really, really excited about. Now, in terms of the juice is a single estate from Batch Dos, and it is from the side of the volcano. It's actually part of the Atanasio family's agave, which is super exciting. And it's 43% ABV this year instead of 42. I don't know if I shared with you guys, but the way that we end up picking an ABV is that we sit with a number of people in tequila. Max was there. In fact, he just said Max, Heidi.
I love Max, Nosa, of course. Oh my God.
Everywhere. He's
He is
everywhere.
everywhere. He is everywhere. And so we had a bunch of wonderful people there. Yeah.
That person needs a state of mind.
Yes.
What's the newest part? So you had a tasting committee then?
We do, and we did it the first time. The first time Chava from Cascawin was there, Gina from El Tequileño. Like,
oh my God.
And that was actually Renee's idea. He's like, why don't we do this? So like, it's safe to say like a community really helped us choose each profile.
And you know what's so cool about that is the tequila community actually wants to see people succeed. Because what other industry, like would Pepsi invite Coke over to try the new, like they wouldn't. And so it's really cool that like you're naming brands and people who are very popular and famous in their own right, and they just want to help you, which is what I think makes tequila and its people so special.
And you're actually helping people. Like part of the proceeds from your brand go to a nonprofit organization.
And you are a good person, and that is part of the reason I'm sure they help you. But I think they would even help you if you weren't doing Gente Buena. But let's tell people what Gente Buena is, shall we?
Yes. And for those viewing at home, Therel is in Puerto Rico, which is an hour ahead, so it's very late. So we're going to let him go after we chat a little bit about the foundation.
Let's be the dude, and it's Women's History Month.
I know.
We love you.
He's like one of the girls. He's super chill. Like, he can.
Yeah, it's my birthday in March, so that must count, right?
Wanda.
Wow.
It is next Friday.
Oh my God, Friday the 13th. Very nice.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, this Friday.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people with that birthday. And then I am 11 días pasado. Is that right?
11 días atrás?
Oh, no, 17th.
This quiz.
Oh, no, wait. No. It's not 11. It's 9. Shit, that was my math. That wasn't my Spanish. That was my math. 11 días pasado.
March 15th.
Yes.
Got it.
So send me tequila.
Coming up.
Please.
I love it.
Don't send your plants because they die.
No, it's still there, Heidi. It's about to die. In fact, my friend came and prospected. Christiana, you know my friend Christina. Christina came to my apartment and she looked at it and she goes, "Girl, when that's dead, I'm taking that pot." And I was like, a lot.
Is that the one I sent? Isn't it a cactus or something? So you don't really have
I'm
to
able
water
to.
it.
I have a very special ability to kill everything, inclusive of succulents. So my power is great over there. But I'm looking at it and it's stunning. And what I love about it most is that it reminds me of you, Heidi. So
Aw, thanks.
You know, Marissa, at least you're consistent.
Yes.
anyway, sorry. This is what we do. We
It's
bounce
all
it off.
It's all good. It's all good. No, and I love it. So as you know, the entire foundation of Valor was to figure out how do we create a more equitable supply chain for tequila, and how do we support the communities that make this beautiful juice in a way that's sustainable, and not just like here's a couple dollars, go figure it out, but really thinking about systems change and or systemic change and systems change. And so Valor initially was like sort of the primary supporter of this work, and San Pedro de los Landeros is where we produce our tequila. And so for us, what was so important was that we were hyper focused on the community that quite literally makes this, right? The majority of our employees live there, so why not start there? And I'm going to let Therel take it from here in just a moment. And so we started the foundation because we're a tiny brand, right? Like yes, that is me.
Like your committee is you, two really good friends, and your sister designing the bottle. Like in many ways, that's good. It removes like some of the corporate roadblocks and red tape. But in another way, like you guys are doing it. Like it's your heart, it's your soul. Like every bottle you've done.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
in it.
100%. I mean, thankfully, my sister's an artist and Nick is an artist, and me and Jeremy are creative. So, it's not like it's like
You
random.
have
Like,
friends. Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you can tell. I mean, you can tell that this is pretty professionally done. It's not like, oh, my friends got together and we designed a bottle, which is what Heidi and I are currently trying to do with our single barrel, and it looks it looks like it.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Well, the Valor and the Hummingbird was Jeremy's husband, Nick, and that was literally done in these offices, sitting across from each other in like an hour. And
Nick drew the hummingbird.
He did.
Like I want to just pause on it. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
she's in LA, right? So LA is land of the creatives, as is New York. But like, this man drew that hummingbird. Do you guys see this? Like, look at this. God.
Hold on.
I can barely draw like what's the easy thing? A butterfly? I can't do a butterfly.
It's beautiful.
My mom has my artwork framed from childhood, and I'm like, girl, don't do that. Like don't do that.
The paper edit somewhere, but we have the original one where he actually drew it. And so, yeah, I mean, this is like when we talk about being a brand with intention, like it is every single thing that is associated with this brand. Like there's so much attention behind it. I used to not have gray hair, and now I have gray hair, but it's okay. Worth it. But anyway, so the community work, I knew was going to be the most important thing about the brand, because it's one thing to say you're going to do something, and there's another to do it, and there's another thing to do it correctly. And so Therel and I have known each other since I worked for an environmental nonprofit. We've known each other for, oh my God, 14 years. Holy shit. I forgot we met in 2012. So we met in 2012. He was at my environmental education conference, and I happened to be going to the island for a wedding a couple months later. So he toured me. His background for the last 25 years is in community development and community environmental justice. So this is his world, and he toured me, and it was really fun, and I got to go all over the island, and it was amazing. And then fast forward, we worked together on doing a conference in Puerto Rico for the same environmental ed group that I was working for. Hurricane Maria hit 2 weeks before the conference was supposed to happen. And so all of our work, I mean, obviously that doesn't matter at the end of the day, but Therel and I have been through some trenches. And then the last thing I will say about him is that when my dad died, it was so unexpected, and I had to take over his company, and the majority of his employees were men and Spanish speakers. And while I can speak Spanish, I can't like be the tough lady that I am in English. So he came and really helped me navigate.
Yeah, you can.
Well, yeah. Yeah, when I need to, I really can. But I was like, I need a big dude, and he came and helped me navigate that, helped me navigate some of my dad's operations in Mexico too. So Therel has been with me since day one on so many things, and is a dear friend and an incredible colleague. So when I started this project, he was my first phone call on the community side. And Therel, I will let you take it from there.
And I'm so sorry, I'm going to block you one more time. Fun fact that people don't know: how tall are you, Therel? Therel.
6'1".
Wow.
So, of the people on this phone call, you are about a foot taller than almost every single other person. I'm 5'3", 5'2" to 5'3". Heidi, what are you?
5'1".
5'1". Christiana, what are you?
5'2".
Yep.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Oh my God. All right, sorry, please, sir.
No,
Please
no, thank you. I appreciate
Take it away, Therel.
Yeah, the story was that Christiana did call me in, and just like any other call, just checking with me, saying how I was doing. And then she goes, I have an idea. And I say, really? Yeah, I think you will like it. And then she started talking about this idea of building a tequila company, but not any tequila company, a tequila company that I would be responsible for in terms of where it is, people that work around it. And she told me, what do you think about it? And my mind just went to after the events of Irma, Maria, and so many other times before in Puerto Rico, where you have someone from outside of our area or our culture to propose an ideal solution for our problems. So I just went right there and say, "Hi, Christiana, I don't know. It's kind of sound like you might be proposing a solution for someone that we don't actually know." But she went, "No, no, 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 no. I want you to help me. I really want to do this right." And once we had that small chat, I was in. I was all in as a volunteer for this, and yeah, the foundation has done specifically what Christiana dreamt, is basically the right thing on how to consider and practice justice around the tequila industry. In San Pedro de los Landeros specifically, we started by looking for local partners. We need to have first people that had the cultural knowledge, the cultural base of what it's being in tequila. So we contacted the University of Guadalajara and Colecán, and as a team, as a bigger team, these academics and from different perspectives and different line of studies went in and lived with the community, and they lived for a couple of months, so they could really understand what was going on in the community. From starter, the demographic, if you look into the internet or the papers on the census about that community, it says that there are 108, 109 members. But by doing that exercise, we just found out there were 176. So just like that, we keep finding information over information, revealing information through that exercise. But it was not only about looking for information, but also about helping the community how to fend for themselves. So
So let me pause you there because you're
yeah,
going through a lot of information. So I just want to like recap quickly. So good friend calls you, gives you an idea.
yeah,
You're close enough to her that you're like, I don't know. Like you were
yeah.
pretty honest with her, yeah?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I said like I don't know. I don't know if you should do that. I don't know if you should go there. You're gonna. I don't want you to look like this other people that I know by experience that try to do the best thing, but actually, get hiccups in the way.
Yup. So it's
Yeah,
important to have a friend like him who tells you the truth because a lot of people will just yes you to death. They're like, yeah, that sounds great. Like you go do that. So okay, you have a true and honest friend here who told
No,
you.
let me just be very clear. I don't have those friends. I don't know how to have those friends, with Tadel, because like my entire background is in this work. And so when I was like, no, Tadel, this is like about listening. And he's like, oh yeah, whatever, bitch. Okay, fine, let's go. That's literally how it went. And it was kind of amazing.
Oh my
basic.
god.
Yeah. So doing it the right way would be to have the local actors and sit down and listen to the members of the community. Basically, they just listen to what is like to live in San Pedro de los Landeros every day. What are the access to benefits, to health, access to money, access to transportation, and the things we mostly take for granted.
And
And
where is that? Like for people who are like where's San Pedro de I'm gonna mess it up.
Landeros.
no, no, that's fine. San Pedro de los Landeros is just outside the municipality of Tequila, and
Sorry,
Tequila is
it's in the municipality of Tequila. It's just outside of the center of
up
Tequila.
the center of the
Okay.
town. Yeah.
So like
Is
here's Mexico or here's Mexico, right? Like isn't Jalisco's kind of here, right? Tequila's kind of here. So like there's Cabo. There's
Oh,
Cancun.
it's like if you've been to the town of Tequila or Guadalajara, on your way, the drive into Tequila from Guadalajara, about 5 minutes before you hit the roundabout,
Okay.
into Tequila, it's to the right.
Okay.
Okay, I actually know exactly where that is now.
Yeah, and it's like a bumpy road, and
Yeah.
where the distillery is where San Pedro is,
And why did you choose that town?
because that's where our employees live.
Because that's where your employees.
Not ours, sorry, Atanasio. It feels like because our
Atanasio, yeah.
That's where Atanasio, which of course is the name of the distillery is Familia Landeros, right?
Familia Landeros, yes. And
Okay,
because
it's all coming
great
together.
model for the community, that would be the right way to go, to look for our neighbors, the distillery neighbors.
The distillery, but also the people that quite literally make this, right?
Yes.
Because if we're going to try to create this model that can be replicated for other brands, like we had to work in the community that quite literally makes our tequila. And so that's how we ended up there.
You know, it makes sense because when you came on the show 2 years ago, you told a story of starting the brand because you were I don't remember what country you said you were in. Was it Mexico?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you were in Mexico and you were like on vacation, and it was time there were people who were helping you like have this amazing experience during vacation. And when it came time to tip, like you were ready to throw bank, and you know, that wasn't necessarily what they were accustomed to receiving from people. And so you said, you know, I want to help the people who are working so hard. And now you're doing exactly that. And it's the people who are working to make products like your tequila and are working hard at it. So actually you are fully putting your money where your mouth is in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
also
Christina, I want to know too, like, I'd like to hear, because there might be people watching now that didn't see the episode 2 years ago and don't really know your whole story, and give us like a condensed version of like, why tequila? Why did you choose tequila? How did you get into this? Your foundation, and like, what was your idea in bringing the two together afterwards? But initially, like, what brought you to the idea of making a tequila brand? Because I know you were kind of in corporate before that, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm just hanging out with you guys, so I didn't feel like, you know, any context is necessary because we all know each other.
Yes.
Right. Thank you for that question. So I've been in corporate social responsibility my entire career. I worked for Disney, Go Marissa. That's when first that I connected, when I found out she worked for ESPN. And so I ran our environmental education portfolio for the Walt Disney Company for 7 years. Then I left to the North American Association for Environmental Education, which is,
NAEE. Of
yes,
course.
this is where Therel and I met. And there I actually built our corporate partnership sort of arm of the organization. And then at some point in about 2018, that was the moment when I started to recognize we had all these corporate partners who hired us to do this work, to do different types of work, like how to make them be good stewards in their community. And I was like, oh God, there's clearly a need for this. So maybe I should start my own company to just do this work full time, but not just around environmental education. We can expand it into women in the workforce, you know, kids in engineering. Like there's so many things that we can do. So I was getting ready to launch my company, DoGoodery, in 2019. And my dad died unexpectedly in 2018 of a blood clot. And so that was a couple months before we were getting ready to launch DoGoodery. And he had an aerospace engineering company. He had a date farm in the desert.
Like a farm for like dates that you eat?
Yes, not dating.
Yeah, like dates, farms, and islands. Just okay.
No, ma'am. No.
I don't know.
9. So a quick, funny sort of caveat about my father is he was from Germany. My mother is from El Salvador. But my dad genuinely believed he was Mexican. In his fucking soul, he was Mexicano. And so like we started going down to Baja in the 80s when I was like this big. And when my first sip of tequila was in 4th grade in Cabo San Lucas, actually. And my family's like, why do you tell that story? I'm like, because it's part of the story. So my parents were very divorced, but my dad and my mom still they were way too close, way closer than they should have been, despite the fact that they never been married. No, what?
You said very divorced, but they were like good friends?
Yes.
No, they were not friends either, but they just couldn't not be in each other's lives. So he ended up opening a Mexican restaurant on my mom's childhood property home in El Salvador.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's also where he died. So we got the phone call. I was in Switzerland with one sister, we were like all over the fucking place. And it's my father, so it doesn't surprise me that he made sure it couldn't have been more logistically complicated.
Yeah.
For him. So anyway, so we had to come home. I took over his aerospace engineering company, because my sisters and I had to divide and conquer. So we just took over whatever made most sense for us.
Sorry, very casual. I took over an aerospace engineering company. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you know, and it's like, and I'm grateful because having so much purpose during a time where your brain is broken after you lose a parent unexpectedly, because like he was alive and then dead in a minute. So it wasn't, you know, there was no time in between. And so being so busy, still working my job at NAAE, starting DoGoodery, running his company, it just kept me focused, which I was grateful for. And when I came home from Switzerland and I was on the phone with his GM, I was in my mom's backyard, and there was a hummingbird that like literally wouldn't leave my side. And it was December. And I was like, what are you doing here? So I decided it was my dad. And, you know, you kind of hold on to anything you can when it feels just your brain is my brain was broken. Like I couldn't quite wrap my mind around the fact that someone that I've known at that point for 38 years of my life was gone. And so anyway, so fast forward, moved through that, started DoGoodery. DoGoodery became a multi-million-dollar agency within 2 years, and I was very proud of that. And I apparently like don't do well with success. Like I need then to figure out what's next. So, like I couldn't just like sit in it. And so I was like, okay, maybe I should get some investors for DoGoodery. And then we can because we did a lot of production, and I was like, I can have my own production house and blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to Tom Staggs, who used to be the CFO of Disney and has been a dear friend and mentor of mine since I left Disney. And he's like, you know, Christiana, you've spent your entire career helping other companies do good. Maybe it's time for you to think about starting your own product company so you can really model what responsibility looks like from the very beginning. And I was like, well, shit, man, I just started this 2 years ago, but why the hell not? And so, Marissa, I went to Mexico 2 weeks later and ended up meeting two couples that played pivotal roles in this. One couple that was from Monterrey, Mexico, and the husband was a big tequila guy, and I started learning a ton about tequila and really understanding like the industry, like not the industry, but like the amount of labor that goes into making this. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? Nobody knows it. While I'm watching like wealthy people not take care of the team at the hotel, tipping like $1 or $2, and it's 90 degrees out, it's in the sun. I mean, it's just the shit that makes me want to, when I get drunk, like I think about the world's problems. You know, I wish I could just like go numb, but instead I'm like, what can I fix today? So anyway, so I kept thinking about what this other company could be. And then I came home, and like 2 or 3 weeks later, I woke up on a very sunny Sunday morning, and I was like, tequila. I'm going to start a tequila company. And like, I love to walk and I love to hike. Those are the things that bring me the most joy. So I went
you texted me the other day and you're like, sorry, I just went on a 13-mile hike. I'll catch you after. Like, I didn't have good service up there. And I'm like, 13 half marathon?
Like, as long as I'm walking, I'm fine. Running, I can't even run like a quarter mile. I hate running. We talked about that, Marissa. I'm not built for it. I'm like a pony. I'm not a thoroughbred. So
I'm gonna be a thoroughbred. I'm on a running hiatus because I'm injured. But anyway, please continue. Okay.
Get better first, please. So anyway, so it's funny. I started listening to Doug Price's the Agave Social Club because I was like, I don't know. So I'm like walking. And then at one point I like stop and I like look up at the sky because I was like, what the fuck? How are you going to fucking start a tequila company? And so I looked at the sky. I was like, pop, God, anybody. And then I looked down on the ground and there is a heart cemented like in the cement on the sidewalk. And hearts are like literally my favorite shape. It's the I have a heart on my neck, a heart on my ring, and I have hearts everywhere, my only tattoo. And that was my sign. And I was like, well, you know, I guess I'll keep going. And then I called Lupe, who's my head of finance for DoGoodery, and her family, her husband's family grow agave in Juchitlan, which is a town just west of Guadalajara. And I was like, hey, I want to start a tequila company. And she's like, I got goosebumps. And then she introduced me to her cousin, and then it just sort of unfolded, and that's how we ended up here. But most importantly, meeting Nam 1599 and Renee and Shasid.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been the most amazing journey. Amazing.
Yeah.
It's quite the story, and I think it just shows how you don't just think things. I think we all like dream up businesses and ideas and things, and you just like go and do them. Like people don't do that,
And your
you know?
personality, Christiane, it's like when you talk about how you don't allow yourself to just enjoy success. That's because you're like a super motivated person, and the minute you start getting too comfortable and stop doing, then that's when it kind of all starts to go downhill. So you're constantly setting your bar higher. Like even when you have a lot on your plate, you'll take something else on that's new. And I really admire that about you. I think that's a very, very special part of your character that you have.
Yeah.
How do you make it smart now? What is Gen Z does this?
I know.
Is it this or
This or this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Takes the bar from
No,
5'2" and
I'm
makes
just
it
gonna do
5'3".
this. There, hearts.
Yeah,
There.
Oh, that's so cute. I gotta send you the Instagram ad for the ring that Instagram keeps thinking I should buy. It's not safe for the show, and you know this show has no limits. So
God, please send it to me. I really want to know.
it's not as bad as I just made it sound, actually. It's way tamer. Okay, but Therel, I know you want to leave. Not leave. I know you need to leave because you need to take care of some things, and it's late where you are in Puerto Rico. So tell me, sir, Gente Buena, in a few words, ¿qué es esto? And what do you do there?
Love the practicing of the Spanish, Maris.
Yes.
Does it sound like bad or?
No, I think it's great. And you're
Not
trying.
at all.
It's great that I'm trying.
Yes, it is. It's about no, it is. And
There.
That is, I was so not patronizing you.
No, not at all. Believe me, I've been my my share of Spanish talking from the States, so you're good. Gente Buena, as a model, it started by looking for those local actors and actresses, that the person that knows the culture, that knows the day to day, and sit down and listen to the members of the community or the group of people that you want to help or you have the intention to help, and build up from that. In our experience in San Pedro de los Landeros, we help them organize, the structure of organizing among themselves, having these meetings, establishing priorities based on needs, creating a definition of what is well-being in the community and how to stamp it in a piece of paper, how to protect it, how to turn it into something that is achievable in terms of projects. So based on that exercise, San Pedro de los Landeros identified the first need as having a steady supply of water. They had water a couple of times a week, sometimes, and usually for a couple of hours and in very difficult hours. So they needed to wake up and change their daily schedule just so they can do the everyday things, basic needs in that community.
How did they know what those hours would be? Did they like get a schedule and they're like, hey, this week it's 2 a.m. and next week it's 4? Like, how did they know when the water was going to be available?
No, from what we heard from the community, they just knew because they had it running water. There was not a specific schedule that would they would get the water. We're talking about 176 members of the community working under these conditions. And of course, if you're a member of the community that has a little bit more access to money, you could have then the cistern of a water tank. But that's not the reality for the entire community. The community as a whole.
When we started this show, Heidi was talking about how she was cheersing to her husband who's fixing her hot water heater.
and
her
now
her
it's
hot water is
horrible.
out.
I mean, at least I
Her
have
water is there.
Yeah.
Like she has water. She doesn't have hot water. And we're like, oh, you poor thing. But these people have water for 2 hours a week at random times.
Yeah. Yep. It's context. It's the kind of things that you learn when you just sit down, slow down, and listen. And just let them also help them to just identify by themselves their own problems and then look for solutions. Now, the model for solving this problem was based on co-responsibility. It's not about we're going to just put it all in. It's just about we're going to walk half the way and we're going to help you walk the other way. So between the Gente Buena and the community, we already had all the cisterns installed in 2 phases, in 2 stages of the project. And right now we can say that that same list of people that needed the cisterns in the community, that they were identified by the own members of the community, it's already solved. They all have running water as of now.
That's
And
great.
just
Very
like
much
this,
to
yeah,
you.
it is a good thing. It is something to cheer. Yes, it's a good thing. But
Wow.
it's there's so many things also going behind just the cistern project. Before we had the cistern installed, they had meetings. They talked to each other. They learned how to have differences in these meetings and how to find agreements. They identified their own needs. Then once they identified their own needs, that it was going to be water, the project that it was going to be water, they did a meeting, so they prioritized among members of the community based on who they were, elderly people with smaller kids. So it's not just about the cistern, it's about how we approach it. It's also about everything that is surrounding it.
Now, there
We
are
have,
probably some people saying he's saying cistern, but like, what is that? And so let me quickly just show
oh,
people what a cistern is.
yeah, I'm
Because,
sorry, it's a water tank.
yeah, it's a water tank. And what's really cool is we have the ability in this new platform to show people. So
Yay.
So
check
cool.
that out.
So that's a
Yeah, that's
cistern.
interesting because most of the cisterns that you see we see in those pictures are in top of the soil of the
Mhm.
ground. But we do have a lot of the cisterns also installed underground because of
Okay.
the desert conditions. They would just work better. But we had a hybrid. Yeah.
That is
So
so
the
So
water
incredible
tanks.
to me that they were able to just like live their lives with so little water. Like you think of it, it's not just taking a shower, it's like cooking, it's being able to wash your dishes so that you don't get sick the next time you eat off of them, and so many different things.
So we
That's
need
yes,
to learn from
it's
them.
not just about taking a bath. It's about just having the right conditions for have a healthy environment and
yes.
just
We need to
it's
learn from them though,
quality of
because
life.
like I asked Google, I didn't ask AI, but if I asked AI, we're gonna run out of water, and then we're all gonna need to know how to live without it. So
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
watching a period show. It was from the 1800s, and like they had to go to a well and get their water every day, and I was like, whoa! And it
Yeah.
reminded me of what you're talking about, because I got to tell you, Christiana, you came on our show 2 years ago, and it stuck with me. It
Mhm.
freaking stuck with me, and I got to say, like, try tomorrow, next time you turn on the water, count the
Mhm.
number of times you turn on the water in a given day.
Yep.
Truly, like wake up in the morning and what do? You use the restroom, then you wash your hands, then you brush your teeth, then you wash your like you will hit 10 to 12 times before you even leave the house.
Yeah.
Truly. So
Yep.
think
Mhm.
about that.
Until you don't have water, you don't realize that. And that happened to us one time. Somebody came to work on like the tankless hot water heater and ended up having, we had no water because they took it all apart.
Yep.
So we
Yep.
had like no water for, I think, 10 days or something. So we would have to like go to a friend's house to take a shower or whatever. Like we couldn't do dishes, couldn't, there were so many things. Like it's those little things that you take for granted that some
Every day.
people like they learn how to live their lives without like these things
Yep.
that to them are luxuries, but to us they're just like everyday little things.
Well,
Like what
I
you
do,
do, Marissa.
but I do. Well, I live in a town where we had pipes from the 1800s, and they're slowly
Mhm.
replacing them. So we would lose water routinely. Now, knock on wood,
Hmm.
they replaced a lot of those, and it hasn't been an issue for a minute. But we've had stretches like that. What
Mhm.
I will say is what you just mentioned, Heidi, that I think is really poignant was you go to friends' houses, you
Mhm.
find people. And I think today's society, we're also individualistic. We're so individualistic. We all have exactly what we need. If I want something, I will go buy my own. If I need to do this. Pre-COVID, I think people were starting to have shared amenities as like a thing and shared experiences. And now we're back to an ownership society. And I think the one benefit and the one silver lining of tough times is that you do find the value of community and you see every day how you really can't live without other people. Even the most loner of loners, you need people. And
Yeah,
that's
you
why
do.
you need good people, gente buena.
Gente
Yeah.
buena. Not gente
Really
mala,
good.
gente buena.
No,
Gente
no,
buena, gente buena.
no tenemos tiempo por
Yeah.
gente
Sorry,
mala.
I go on rants. I don't know. All right.
No,
No,
Marissa.
yeah, but the water issue was just one of the things. In the time that it took us just to build those stages, we were doing a lot of other things. We were helping on capacity on doing training on first aid and first response because the clinic or the hospitals are so far away. They need someone among the community just to stabilize someone or just learn how to. There was another workshop by ONU Mujeres, is an the
United
ONU
Nations. United Nations Women.
Organization, yeah, in English, that had the group of women from the community and helped them to reintegrate into the workforce, but also match them with a just, how do you say patrono?
Boss.
Yeah, a boss that it would actually follow all the laws. It would be,
Mhm.
you know, everything right by the law for these people.
And just a quick piece of information on that, what Therel's trying to say is like helping secure safe workspaces for women with like proper employment and things like that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So get the lesson translation. Still thinking.
No, it's okay, man. That's why we got each other.
No, it's so impressive. I can barely cobble together a sentence. So I'm always so impressed when people can speak two languages as well as you're doing.
I know, it's amazing. You're doing great.
Thank you. So it's a lot of things going on. It's not just the water project. There's a lot of underground training that we're providing to the community, and we're also thinking and dreaming about what would that next step looks like.
Mhm.
So also definitely alongside with the community. One of the other greatest achievement about the community is they have the concept of an ejido. It's an organization inside the small communities, and they have a delegate that actually communicates to local government to have access to benefits and well-being of the community. Well, that ejido was kind of dormant in the community, and because of all this started, that ejido started to working and have representation. It has an active president right now, and things are starting to move differently also for the community. So
Wow.
that's not necessarily our doing, but it's kind of the shade of the tree that you helped planted. So it's what we long for. It's just not doing everything ourselves, but creating a model will just have a wave of good things and good people just moving forward and doing the right thing.
And one little pebble, right, has ripples in the river or in the lake, just as like one act of kindness can have ripple effects throughout, right? So what you guys are doing, certainly you can see the direct impact, but there's also tons of indirect impact that is immeasurable, that you'll never be able to know just how far reaching your impact was.
And you keep setting the
And
bar
still
higher.
going, like, we're just starting, we've got a lot to do. And because essentially what this community has done, they've built democracy for themselves, where historically there was a lot of, and like any community, what you were talking about earlier, where it's very easily to be isolated and, and now there's a kitchen where all the women, a community kitchen where all the women are coming together and they're sharing like legacy recipes from grandmothers and great grandmothers. And because the thing about under-resourced communities, no matter where you are in the world, you give people opportunity to build a community. It doesn't take much. That's where things change, because you give people an opportunity, they'll take it and run with it, and that's half the battle. And going back to the water thing, like if you have to make a decision if you're going to give your baby a bath, or if you're going to wash your dishes, or if you're going to take a shower yourself so you can be presentable for work, or you have to wait because the water came at 3 a.m. and so you have to wake up. How do you build wealth? How do you build stability when the very sheer lack of water doesn't provide stability?
Exactly.
So, this stuff is super complex. It's super complex, but it's also not.
Yeah. And your bringer, you donate 10% of profits to Gente Buena, but then
10?
also, is it?
Sorry, I'm sorry. 10?
So it's actually it's operating cost.
Operating.
So it's not even profit. It's revenue.
Whoa.
Revenue. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Not everyone here knows how an income statement works. So
Here she comes.
Sorry.
No, do
All
it.
right, let's do
I'm like, yeah.
Take all your things, right? Like all the stuff that comes in, your revenue. Then you back out all these costs. And there's different names for it, right? You've got like cost of goods sold and this and operating costs and this. And then at the very bottom, you have a thing called net income. A lot of brands say, oh, we give 1% of our proceeds. They're talking about net income.
Yeah.
Christiane
It's part of, but it's the ecosystem, right? It's not just the giving to the foundation. It's also part of like the livable, like the fair wages that Atanasio provides, right? Like there's so many things that are incorporated into our business model. And people are like, oh, your tequila's expensive. I'm like, tequila should be expensive because if you have any idea what it takes to make this shit and how long it takes to grow, agave, you know, I mean, 10% to the foundation, that is just like a given, and that's what that is. But in terms of like our actual business model, it seems expensive, but at the end of the day, what surprises me the most, it's not just tequila, it can be in fashion, it can be in so many industries where obviously doing the responsible thing is doing the responsible thing, but when you take care of your people, they're much more inclined to take care of you and your business. It's also just good business. It's not complicated in my mind. It's not it shouldn't be
That's why
complicated.
Patron is always perennially one of the places people love working. Like they have amazing
Where?
facilities here. Patron. At least that's what I've been told. That's what they
I've
tell
never
you.
been. But that's
Okay, so
amazing.
they're invite only, but one of the things that their hallmark is they provide medical services and like education and all sorts of stuff, and people really want that job. They want to work there. It's sort of like Google in the 2010s. Like
Yes.
people want to work at Google.
Yes. Or Patagonia, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not rocket science. You can still make money and be a responsible business. Like it doesn't have, you don't, it's not one or the other.
Yeah, to
And
be fair, that was one of the reasons why from the start when that call came in and what happened next, I was bought in. It was because I saw that it was not about waiting until I have an income and then just put 10% on it. It's that it's gonna move at the same pace at the same time as we just explored the tequila. I remember being with her on the ground and she was talking about the bottles and the juices and the qualities, but also having conversations about what are the universities that could be partners and what are the conditions of the community, what's the nitty gritty about going inside and have a sit down and listening sessions. So that's, I've been 20, 20, 30, 25 years in different settings in environmental education and community work, and I've never, ever seen that.
So
So,
aside from the 10%, there was also like a campaign started last
Yes.
year, right? Where to help fund what you're doing, like that's still going. Like, where can people go to donate to
Oh,
Gente Buena?
I love that you brought that up, Heidi. So originally, Valor was the primary source of this work, but I was like, I'm going to go bankrupt, you know. So, and we won't be able to deliver the work and the quality of work that we want to do within this community, and the much bigger picture of creating a replicable business model, right? Because that's really what we're trying to do here. SPL is an amazing community that is allowing us to work with them on this, right? And so we're like, well, shit, we better start a foundation so we can raise outside funds and really make this a community thing, because I don't want Valor to be the special brand that does good. You know, I want us to just be like a forgotten whatever, 10 years from, no, okay, maybe 20 years from now, when I'm, doing a Camino somewhere. But this has to be,
I will do it with you. That sounds so fun.
it really is. I love it so much. But like, saving the world is literally a team sport. Like, we got to do this shit together.
Yeah.
So we started the foundation and got our established 501c3 and all of that. And we launched a Water is a Human Right campaign. And that was back at the end of 2024, which, Maris, I'm very grateful to you because you were part of that. But you know what I found most interesting and most inspiring and hopeful? Rich Legato from New York, New Jersey. I didn't know this guy. And he literally did his own campaign. And then it started, like, he just like created this like sort of FOMO effect. And, over the course of the year, we were able to raise enough money through multiple avenues, including the Good Agave Pledge, which you guys might be familiar with, where we have 12 brands that have signed up to be part of the foundation. And as of January, the final cistern was installed, and now all homes are equipped with 24-hour water. Go, Therel, go. You were going to say
Wait.
I will celebrate.
Other tequila brands are also contributing to this with you now.
They are. They pay a small membership fee, essentially, to be a part of it. but you know,
Do you want to
more,
name those brands just so that people know what the brands are?
yes.
I don't have to do it. I can look it up. If you tell me the name of
Yes. Hold on.
the good agave pledge.
I can make this. I can do this really, really quickly. Watch me. Watch me. There's just, you know, it's a lot.
12 companies. Here, I can read them. Are you ready?
Almatitan, Amantitense, Atanasio, Tres Cuerdas, Cambio Tequila, El Tequileño, Lost Lore, Montagave, NAC, Polanco, Siempre, Ensueño, Tesoro, and of course, Valor.
I love it. I'm not surprised to hear those brand names. Those are all
on the internet. It says Hacienda de Oro. Are they still part of it or no?
No, we changed it to Amatitense. So it's part of the Hacienda.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes,
cool.
Ilana very much is part of it. And so that has just been not only just having them be supportive of this, but like we're gonna have a gathering this fall with all the different brands and really like think about the future of, you know, what we can do collectively, because collective impact is much more powerful than any individual entity or individual person. And then we're launching a single barrel initiative with all these brands, and Josue Villa from the Houston Space City Tequila Club is leading that initiative. It was his idea. So all these brands are basically like donating barrels and all the proceeds. And we're going to talk more about it, like, and we'll have an official announcement coming soon. But
and then
like,
you should come back and we should do like a short episode just about that.
Yeah.
Because you know people want to talk about the tequila, and I do know Therel wants to not be here till midnight his time. So, Therel, any last thoughts you want to say before, of course, you want to head out, and then we'll jump into the tequila. I promised everyone in the comments that we talk about the prices and all that. So,
Yeah, you were gonna say something, Christian?
no.
Oh, no, yeah. That we're looking forward for that next steps. We're looking into the things that the community, San Pedro de los Landeros, looked into. Or established as priorities. So we're looking for in the line of health. So there's going to be some surprises there very soon.
We have a new campaign coming, basically. And just a quick, because Therel is still here, the entire Valley of Tequila does not have a hospital. There is no hospital. None. Zero. None. Nada. Zip. And
where do you have to go?
Guadalajara.
No.
And so if you know what traffic looks like getting into that city on any given night, morning, midday. And so we are very excited. We're going to be teaming up with the University of Guadalajara, Florida State University, and Point Washington Medical Clinic, which is this incredible medical clinic in the panhandle of Florida that has done mobile medical clinics successfully for years. And we're going to do 2 mobile medical clinics over a year, serving the population of SPL and ideally some surrounding areas where we'll do preventative care, but then also like understand, like, you know, someone's dealing with things like cancer, like we're bringing in machinery, like all of it, like think about like sort of like Red Cross kind of stuff. Yeah. And then virtual care in between the 6 months. So the dream is that we establish enough sort of support for this that eventually, you know, there is an opportunity to build like a brick and mortar hospital in the Valley one of these days. So that's kind of the big vision, because as you know, it's also a really dangerous industry too. So
yeah. You're operating heavy machinery. You may or may not be having some tequila, which you may or may not inherit. No, but truly, it's like, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But, thank you so much for all you're doing and for talking about that. I think one of the things that makes this all work is that the tequila is really freaking good. Thank God.
It is so good. I want to talk about that. So good.
There are a few brands out there that
we will let Therel go so he can go to sleep.
Yes.
So,
sir, thank you so much.
We love you. I will see you in 3 weeks in Miami.
I'll see you then, and thank you so much for the work, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Therel, and buenas noches.
Un placer. Muy buenas noches.
Bye, babe. Love you. Bye, bye, bye. So, and for those of you at home, he's on the island of Puerto Rico, which is very touch and go sometimes with the internet. So sorry about that.
Yeah, it should smooth it out. Actually, it does in post prod, like smooth some of it out.
Listen to you. in
Yeah,
post-prod.
this tequila is so good. When I was in Austin for the
Yeah,
tequila
good
festival,
juice.
you had this there, I think, and I tried it and I was like, oh my God. First of all,
I haven't tried it yet.
I love,
You have a little bottle though, right?
yeah.
Yep, and I'm about to. So let's dive into it. Okay, first and foremost, how much is your Blanco? Because you mentioned it's expensive. What is it? How much is it?
It's $59.99.
That's not expensive, sweetie. I will
don't
tell you,
think so either.
it's not.
But-
No, we have brands on here all the time, and there are 2 tiers, I think. Well, there's 3, right? There's the ultra whatever they're doing up there, where it's just crazy prices. But I firmly believe that the middle tier of reasonable, rational, good tequila is somewhere in that $50 to like $75 range for a Blanco. It just is. And then you've got the stuff below that, and we're increasingly seeing a lot of brands go there. That's like 25 to like 50, let's say 45, that are like more economical. And even there's a big band of 25 and 30 now, well-made tequilas. You never used to see that. All that being said, so 59 for the Blanco is pretty freaking good in my opinion. It puts you squarely in the moderately priced category.
Yes.
What is your
I
Reposado
agree.
go for?
Yeah.
The Reposado is $79.99.
That's good. And how much is the
that-
high proof?
The
So
high
the $79.99.
$84.99. We sold out of it already. Like our warehouse, we no longer have any high proof. And actually, I think our Batch Dos Blanco is gone too.
So
And
let's
then
comment on
our
each one.
Viejo was $120.
Yeah,
but
before we
that's
go,
sold
let's comment on each one. So 79 for a Repo is a bit higher than moderate. It's on the higher end of moderate, but it's still in moderate. And then 84 for a high proof Blanco, fine, really good, really good.
94 proof.
120 for an añejo is actually a deal, because what we see is a lot of brands, it's about 10 to 15, sometimes 20 more for a Blanco from a Repo, so you're there 20 more. Then you see the añejo jump, but the añejo jump tends to be like at least 30% higher, so you're firmly in the realm of what it should be. So I don't think your prices are too high.
I don't either, believe me. It's more of the discussions about, well, how are you going to get this in a cocktail, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, we are in a lot of higher end accounts. Like for someone that doesn't play golf, I spend an enormous amount of time in country clubs. And Marissa, maybe one day you can teach me. But
also like brands like Casa Dragones, which charge double that for a Blanco, are in cocktails. So where there's a will, there's a way. It's not like it's
100%, because we're on menu in a lot of golf courses and things like that. So me personally, like we're not going to be the less expensive brand, because I understand how our distillery operates. I understand the quality of our agave. I understand what it takes to operate a business, the COGS, right? The margins, until you start achieving like massive volume, which we will. Thank you, Austin.
The Catholics agree.
I don't get it, but it made me laugh, so I had to throw it up. I don't know what that means.
I'm going to be seeing Austin tomorrow night in Alice Beach, actually.
Yeah, I was told to ask you about Alice Beach, but anyway.
And like you said, like you are what's considered like a higher end tequila. This is going to be for the people that maybe have palates that are a little bit more refined, or people that just have more money to spend and want to spend more on tequila, and then they're surprised when they taste it and it's delicious. So I think it's really important when as a brand owner, you realize like you don't need to be in every single store. You don't need to be in every single bar and every single restaurant, because you know that if you get this product into somewhere where, people just want the $3.99 margarita or whatever, it's just going to sit there.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, and that's okay. There's space for everybody. And, me personally, quality is incredibly important.
Yes.
My headaches the next morning, or the lack thereof, is incredibly important. So if
You got to go do a half marathon of hiking.
Yeah.
So I had a business school teacher who said, you can't be everything to everyone. Like, he had us come up with business ideas, and then he deliberately came up with cohorts that wouldn't want to be a part of your business. And then a lot of people fell in the trap of being like, well, we could do this and we could do that. And he's like, no, because you can't be everything to every person. Like, you have to pick who your target market is. And so, okay, to Heidi's point, this is not the $3 margarita crowd. This is the crowd that's out here buying whatever they're buying, because the price is not the problem. It's more like, this is what I want, and so on and so forth. But this tequila, let's talk about it, because the tequila has to be good in order to make this all work, right? So you're out of NOM 1599, which is Familia Landeros. People know it because it makes Atanasio. It was
And
the
Renee
original
and
maker.
Shahid are awesome.
Renee and Shahid are awesome. A
Cool
lot of
team.
people have heard of Cascanes. It was the original maker of Cascanes before they moved to T-Tap. So there are a lot of brands that you might be familiar with if you're not familiar with Valor. Shahid and Renee are just icons. They're amazing people.
Truly.
Yeah.
They are.
And
So-
there is something about the flavor of their tequila that makes it really,
There
really
is.
special. And one thing that I love is like that malolactic that they do, I just think is really, really special. I love personally for me those kinds of tequilas.
Yeah.
So should we
the
try-
best thing is that like we don't know where the malolactic comes from, right? Because it's open fermentation, it's just agave and water, you know, and it's just the magic. Okay, I'm gonna say this out loud, but I genuinely think like the human beings that work at that distillery, that own that distillery, that run that distillery, like there's something magical about them, and I genuinely believe like the energy and like the positive. I know it's super woo woo, but I don't care. Like I feel like so much of that has to do with what, because this is there. I've never tasted anything like Atanasio or Valor ever, and I God knows tasted. I have so many things back here that you can't see behind our bottles. And I love many other tequilas, but 1599, there is something really special about that place on every level, both physically, like the physical space and the juice.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people have stories of them like cranking open those gates to let people in after hours, and they're just like nice people. It's one of the first. It is the first distillery I ever went to. It's the first distillery I ever went to actually, because we had.
Atanasio was?
Yeah, we'd flown in and we didn't think we were going to be able to visit. And then Lauren was like, I'm pretty sure it was the first. Lauren was like, let me call these guys. They might let us in. And sure enough, a guy shows up and he's opening the gate. And she's like, oh, that's like the guy who makes the tequila. And I'm like, what?
Was it
And, like,
Renee?
it was Renee. And this is like the
Oh.
first time I had been to that part of Mexico. I'd never been to Mexico. And I just remember being like, wait, what? Is Lauren a big deal or are these people nice? Turns out it's both. But it was like really cool.
They're I mean I don't like I feel like it's super magical that we met them, you know. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renee-
Well, I love this
Well,
high fruit.
While you're opening that, I want to go over production for people that might not know. Like it's cooked in autoclave, right? Low pressure though, autoclave.
Mhm.
Roller mill crush,
Mhm.
fermented without any added yeast. It's wild fermentation,
Mhm.
and then distilled in stainless steel or copper.
Stainless.
Stainless steel with the copper coil.
Yes,
And
and
then
so for batch one, this rested instead. This is the repo, but the blanco rested in our tanks for 2 months. Batch
Oh.
two, because of like CRT labels, all the stuff that sometimes takes longer than we wish it would. This rested, what you guys are drinking right now, rested for 5 months, I think, before we bottled.
Oh, this one?
Both of them, because they're
So
the
it
same
had-
juice.
Good
Rested
amount
in
of
glass?
time to stabilize.
Or stainless.
What, babe?
Was it in glass or stainless? To rest in?
Stainless.
'Cause I know you mentioned Alma Titan is one of the pledge members, and Ben's a genius, and he does glass aging. Anyway, so glass resting, I should say. Heidi, what I want you to do that I just did, I want to get your take on this and your unbelievable palate. Pour a little high proof, pour a little standard blanco, and standard blanco is still higher proof. It's 42 and 43% depending on your batch.
Just so you know, I've already had a lot of high proof and a lot of blanco and some reposado.
I love it.
But I don't have any reposado in this place. But let me tell you. Okay, so do that. And then what I want you to do is smell between the two, right? Okay, that very like distinct nose that you were talking about, the malolactic. It is prominent, but once you smell the high proof and then go back to the standard blanco, that's what we'll call it, the standard blanco.
Oh
It's like an exclamation point. Are you seeing that? It like jumps off the page. It's like if you have both at home, I highly recommend you do this. And if you
Just
don't
wanna
have both,
make it perfume.
I love that.
Like, listen, the high proof, I haven't even tasted it yet because I do all these things before. I'm telling you, making the standard like so just amazing. All right, so let's try it, shall we?
We tried the Blanco, regular Blanco?
Let's go high proof.
High proof? Okay.
Let's do high proof and just start shouting out the different like things and textures and just go for it. Because we're already a little over time. Let's do it quick. That's what you said.
Definitely agave.
Oh, Maurice, don't go changing.
Why would I change? Everyone else is taken, they say. Okay, so I think obviously agave, there's like a flintiness to it that I'm getting that I really like. I'm not using the right word, but it's almost like a petrichor or something. Like it tastes like rainwater, like in a good way. Like it tastes like the way the fresh rain smells. Heidi, what else are you getting? I don't want to.
That's a really good description.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. What else are you tasting? Like what are you smelling? I don't want to.
I get some citrus. I get like some orange rind on the back end. It's got a really nice, like the finish lasts a really, really long time. A lot of times when we hear about lowland agave, everybody talks about black pepper. I don't get a ton of black pepper on this. To me, it's more of like that citrusy spiciness that you get.
This finish is extraordinarily long. I fully agree with you. It is extraordinarily long. And all the that's what she said jokes, just let them happen. But I don't know. I'm not getting citrus the way you are, but what I am getting.
Not like sweet citrus, like peel. Like orange peel.
I could get citrus peel.
Right, yeah. Like that kind of citrus.
Yeah, I'm getting like a, I don't want to say honey, that's not right, but it's like a sweet sourness, like in a good way, like a really long sweet sourness. You know when you like have Sour Patch Kids and you don't eat them, but you like smell them and your mouth has this sensation right here?
Yes.
That's the finish of the high proof for me, which is like a long way away. And Austin, I don't know who Austin is, but I love him.
Austin is like my brother I have a lot of brothers from another mother.
Austin saying Clint is from the stainless steel, and certainly he's right. And I love that. Like that's something I'm a big fan of. Okay, now let's go to the regular. Any final notes on the high proof?
From me? No.
Anyone?
No.
Wow, that finish is insane.
I
need
know.
to actually drink water.
My favorite child.
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to have favorite children, but I do. And it's
I have a favorite parent. I'm sure my parents have favorite kids.
Yeah, like you continue to feel that, like it doesn't go away. It's like on the sides of the back of my tongue. It's really good.
Moment of respect for my water bottle. Maybe water, maybe tequila.
Oh my God, you guys want to, speaking of, look, the most amazing gift. It is a water tumbler.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, I love it.
Made by Cassandra. I will send you guys a link to her. She's amazing. And just as a gift. And then, hold on, some bottles by Beto. He made me a sparkly, like, I get some really cool shit. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
I love that.
Look at this.
I know, me too.
Look how cool this is.
Too. Oh my God.
Candle.
That too.
Where did you get that?
People just like send me stuff.
It just gave us an idea for the extra labels that we don't use.
Okay, so now let's do the high proof. Yeah, it's very cool. Let's do the standard proof, okay?
Okay.
Heidi, immediately you get that.
What to do after the high proof?
I don't know. I'm getting that malolactic punch. That fruity malolactic like fruit stripesy punch that I love. Are you getting that still, or are you sort of like?
No, I get it.
Okay. Now let's taste it.
Yummy. It's a little bit sweeter. It tastes a little bit sweeter than the high proof.
Wait, I'm drinking the first I'm drinking this actually. So.
Okay.
So we're gonna have different notes. Actually, this is a good thing. It was a happy
one. This one is kind of compared to the high proof. This one, the texture feels a little creamier.
It does it.
Yeah,
this is feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting that lactic. Are you still getting that like malolactic?
Yes.
I
actually got it. I smell the malolactic more in the OG reposado and taste and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, this is really interesting. I love this conversation. I haven't tried this in a while. Let me. Oh,
I'm
hold on.
getting like a really fragrant, like herbalness to it, and then God, I feel like I'm like Lou Agave. He always says mint, but I'm getting mint. And again, like everyone's different. Like maybe what I'm saying, you're at home trying
All
to
different though too. That's the other thing. There's no right answer. That's the
Exactly.
beautiful thing about
Except
eating. drinking.
canned peaches, that would be wrong.
Never canned peaches. I do kind of laugh because when I was, you can absolutely train your palate. And when I was first starting out, people were naming these things, and I was like, "What are they talking about?" And then
there's no right answer. There's none.
Right.
There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. It's just whatever you're tasting.
Did you guys see Lou and John's review of the Heinz 57 ketchup while we were in Mexico? 'Cause it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it was kind of amazing. It was kind of
funny.
What I would recommend to people is if you're trying to learn how to like train your palate and stuff, I pull up an aroma wheel. Now, I just quickly Googled and I found a like one from wine, but let me show you this. So try, like, when you're doing any sort of tasting of tequila or wine, pull this up, something like that. Just Google aroma wheel. And then as you're doing it, like, I was like, oh, there's like floral to it, right? And like, now I'd look and I go, floral, is it a white flower? Yeah, it's a white flower.
Yeah.
Honeysuckle. Now, this isn't honeysuckle, but actually it's kind of jasmine. But like, see, that helps you sort of like, because I know what it is, but it's familiar. But anyway, just a pro tip if you're trying to learn how to learn.
I really pray to God that at some point in your future you teach. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like at the university, yes, because this is your jam. Like you live for this stuff. Like you really do love education, and I think it's wonderful. And so, yes, I'm just putting that out there. Like Professor,
I see that too.
Yeah. You right?
I could use some tenure. Yeah, give me some tenure, babe.
Yeah.
All right.
Go find Scott Galloway for me. And
that was my professor. I have his cell number.
I know. So take over for him. So just putting that out.
Because I had a job offer and I wasn't sure whether to take it. And like I was like, can I meet with you after class to like talk about it? Or before class? And he goes, sure, yeah. And he met with me before class to talk about it. And he told me to take the job, and then I didn't.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, okay.
Prof P.
Now I'm getting pepper. Okay, what are you getting, Heidi? Because you're in batch 2. This is good. We got different batches, girl. We got different batches.
Oh, in the first one?
Yeah.
In this one? Definitely the aroma is a little bit more malolactic than the high proof. The texture was creamy. I still got a lot of cooked agave. I didn't get as much citrus as I got in this one. It was like a little bit in there. But I got a little bit of like that sort of wet cement, that we talk about in this one. It's really, really good. I mean, and it has a really good finish too, and it's 42% ABV.
Yeah.
So the finish is really nice.
43.
We should say concrete jungle.
What's
just
that?
like in respect to New York City, instead of saying wet cement, we should say concrete jungle. Just like
concrete
jungle.
It's concrete. What I love about these descriptions is like it's like the earth, right? Like it's like literally, it's like just drinking nature, and that's what I love about our brand is that it's just like it's like this. Because I'm such a fucking nature nerd and I love the outdoors, and so it just yes, I know.
What is the water source?
Girl, this high proof
at the distillery.
Deep Well.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. This high proof is outstanding, and Tim Tequila is out here doing work. He's like the
Tim, I love you, Tim.
He's like it opens up, it changes.
It's been such a. I mean, I can't tell you how many people have been Brad. I mean, so Brad, Nickum, Tim, Keith, Bogart. Like I can go on and on and on. Brian Hames, like, is to Napa Chardonnay as the
I love that. I saw that. I love
Chardonnays.
I'm so excited that I'm going to be drinking with Austin tomorrow night.
Wait, someone explain that to me. What is like Monterey versus Napa Chardonnay? Is Napa like better or worse?
Different flavor profiles because Napa is more like inland, and it also depends on the Chardonnay. Like, is it aged in oak, which they do a lot in Napa? I don't know a lot about Monterey Chardonnay, but I would think that because it is, you know, on the coast, you're going to get some different flavor profiles. Like it might be a little bit more mineral or salty, or, and if they're not aging it in barrels, then a lot of those flavors are going to come through even more. The barrel kind of like it out and makes it buttery and creamy.
All right, I don't care about wine.
Heidi, I love you.
Have you met
I love you.
tequila?
Thank you.
Heidi knows everything. Heidi is like a treasure trove.
No, I grew up in Napa, so I know a little bit about wine, but not a lot, just a little.
Have you met Tim Tequila? And Christiana, have you met Tim Tequila?
Yes, I
No,
have.
we have never. Sorry, 1 second.
I met him in person in Austin. I met him in Austin in person, and he's really, really great. And his wife, too.
Both of them.
Oh, I didn't know his wife. He's
so
a good
much,
dude.
right? Sorry, the DoGoodery office is there, the Valor office is here, and the security guard is like, "Why are both doors open?" I'm like, "Because they're both fine." So,
Okay, so I know we're running over on time, and I certainly have to pack. So
me too. We'll pack.
girl, yeah, let's. So a few just last minute things. People are gonna want to ask where to get this. I know you're not a new brand, but where do people get this? Someone was saying it's not available in Colorado. Like, how do people get?
No, it's not, unfortunately. I mean, we're in 10, 11 states right now, but highly recommend going to our website. You can see where you can get us. You can also order us online. We deliver to every state except Alaska. That's a little bit of a logistical.
Wait, so Colorado can get it?
Yes,
Colorado. Even Tennessee?
absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yes. We shipped everywhere. We ship everywhere except, and we even ship to like the UK, you name it. So yeah.
Canada?
That's what I would say, is that if we're not in your state yet, and we might not be for a while, because what I have learned in this world of alcohol, I don't want to spread us too thin. I like Marissa, don't say it, because I feel like you're about to say something inappropriate.
No, I think that's a great idea. I mean, it's better just to like focus on a certain area instead of going too big too fast, you know. I think
That's good advice. Happy Women's History Month. Heidi, every time I make a bad joke, like a dirty joke, we're just gonna say Happy Women's History Month. So go on their website, which you can do. First off, it's beautiful. Oh my God, Christiana, this looks beautiful.
And that's in Elma. So Renee Carranza, our master distiller, his wife is an incredible photographer, and that's her picture on the homepage.
So I just put Tribeca, New York in, and I can go to Brooklyn to find it.
What are the states? So are you looking at the state she's in right now?
Oh no, I just looked at New Jersey and New York because I am.
What are the states? Do you know the states you're in?
I do. It's California. Let me see if I can do a little loop-de-loop.
California, yeah, I'm going there next month.
Oh, where?
To Napa to see my family.
Too far from me.
Heidi, how old's your mom?
98.
So look, we'll go to Colorado.
That's incredible. Well, that bodes well for you, Heidi.
Thank you. So California, and where else?
California, let me go west to east. California, Oklahoma, Idaho, Iowa, Texas, Florida, South Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and I think that's it. Nine states. I might be.
You let people choose batch 1 versus batch 2. I haven't seen brands do that. That's very cool.
Yes, because they're so different. That's the thing about additive free, is that like the distinctive taste is incredible. Batch 1 might be for some, batch 2 might
just
be
like with wine.
Yes.
Well, that is awesome.
So what made you choose, like, when you said Idaho and Oklahoma, immediately I thought, why Idaho and Oklahoma?
So Oklahoma reached out to us, and I think it's Iowa. I'm sorry.
Iowa. Okay.
Iowa reached out to us.
Okay.
And so we've never gone after a state. Like everybody has come to us mostly. Really want to get in Nevada, just because there's like a contingency in Vegas that's like, hi, when are you coming here?
Yeah.
Just order us online, please.
Yeah.
Big agave community in Vegas, and maybe that's a good way of doing it too. as we've talked with brands, some look at population density versus income and all sorts of things. Like Alto Canto was doing something like that. But for you, I don't know, maybe look at the agave communities, because this is
Well,
very
Matt
agave.
Wilson in Vegas, Tactical Tequila, he's been our biggest supporter since day one, and you know, him and many others in the area. But like for us, we go where the demand is, you know, chasing, as probably this doesn't surprise you, I'm not really one to chase. So like, yeah, I'm like,
And I've been out with Christiana, and I've seen her be chased.
I'm sure. I'm
She
sure it
brings up the
happens.
group average. That's all I'm saying. She brings up the group average with her infectious personality.
oh, thanks, Maris. Thanks. But she's right.
Anytime.
I was
You are
telling
so
Marissa,
welcome.
I was telling Marissa before the show that I'm so excited for the show because I love your energy. It's just very,
Right.
yeah.
Well, likewise, ladies. Like I love being on the show the first time. Love hanging out with you in person, Marissa. Heidi, when I see you, it is like in passing and so quick.
I know.
And I hope that one of these days we can all be in tequila together. That would be amazing.
I would love that.
Well, let me know next time you go down. I'm overdue. I want to give it a little time just because, like, you know,
It's
but
fine.
yeah.
I have friends that just went this week and it was fine.
It's all good. It's all good. Just
Mhm.
think about it from the perspective of like a Fortune 100 company, right? Because like the New Generation Cartel is a $50 billion entity, so it doesn't have a leader. So it's kind of like a hostile takeover. So no one else really matters to them,
Yeah.
right? Except
And
figuring out
Marissa, if you and I are together, don't worry because I've been there, done that. It's fine. It's gonna be good.
I've been a part of a few corporate buyouts and a few IPOs and stuff.
Yeah, so just think about it like, you know, just think about it from a corporate perspective. You know, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was there.
There might be an M&A happening. I don't know. Like we don't know what's gonna
I had a friend. So my first job out of college was GE, and I had a friend who was in the program with me. And when I finished, I stayed, and then I went to their IPO company, whatever. She stayed at GE proper, and she's like, Maris, I keep getting promoted. I keep getting promoted. I keep getting promoted. I'm like, that's amazing. Are you getting a higher salary? She's like, well, not really. And I'm like, okay. She goes, yeah, my bosses just keep leaving and they just keep promoting me. And I was like, right, your company's getting dismantled. Like, I think you should jump off the ship soon.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you know, I just keep getting promoted. And I'm like, cool, yeah, you're going to be CEO one day of like nothing. Like, get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so it's kind of analogous to that, just a different, just a little bit
Yeah.
different structure. But yeah,
Well, this has been
it's all
fun.
good. Come down. It'll be A-okay. A-okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm being told that I'm tough. That is true. That is extremely true.
You are tough, Marissa.
I am. I used to go around when I was a kid.
Your guns, man. Like,
Oh, yeah. Well, you
Wait,
can't tell in this shit. They got them guns. These shirts hiding them.
I'd bring you to the knife fight, Maris. Like, that's how I judge my friendships. I'm like, could you come to the knife fight? You don't have to physically fight. Like, if you can outsmart somebody on the other side, I'm okay with that too, right? Like, you just got to show up for the knife fight. I'd bring you.
Yeah, and knife 101.
For your words than your muscles, honestly, Maris.
Well,
Good words.
before we end, I do want to do knife 101. So fun fact about knives.
Mhm.
If ever you have a knife and you want to stab somebody, just fun fact. If this is the handle of the knife, okay, do not hold it like this. Because if you go to stab someone, which is what your inclination would be, because that's how you hold it to cut things, all they have to do, and all you can do if someone's doing this to you, is hit their elbow. Because look what happens.
Oh,
Let me
you
stab
stab
my
yourself.
laptop up.
So how do you
So
hold
you hold it like this. If someone goes to get at you, you just need to hit their elbow, and then they're hitting themselves. That is why, should you ever want to use a knife, and do not, you want to do it like this and hold the handle this way. First off, you have a lot more tricep strength. You just do. It's a thing. Second, if someone hits you with it, like hits your elbow or stops you, you're not going to hit yourself. So just like knife 101, something to know. I took a lot of self-defense classes.
In honor of Women's History Month. I think that's
Happy Women's History Month.
no, I mean, in
Women in male fields.
to have like this conversation, but you know what? That is a good tip. And why
Yeah.
the hell not share it?
Tip. Women's History Month.
Why not share it?
Anyway, we should call it, because this is officially our longest episode on the new platform. So congratulations. Although actually, Alto Canto was pretty long too.
it was long after too.
Oh my God, that's what she said.
He's great. I love today.
He's so funny. Christiana, anything else you want to tell the people before we call it?
Yes, I thank you. This community has done so much for us, and the vision always was is that this would be built by the community, not built by us. And I can't tell everybody who's on this call and who call. Hi, it's not a meeting. This interview. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful how many people have come together for this and behind the mission and have supported the big vision and idea that, could have sounded a little bit crazy. I know a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, you're going to go, whatever, you go do that. And how many people have believed in us. And I'm grateful, including the two of you, because you brought me on very early on in the very early stages of Valor. Like we weren't even a year on the market yet. And I'm just very grateful to people like you and the community that has done so much to help build this brand. So thank you.
Well, you have an infectious personality, and frankly, we got to fill the weeks. We got 52 of them, so you know what. I'm just kidding.
No, listen, I need to sit on the ground, Marissa. Like people like you are very important for me.
No, but por la gente de la gente, right? Like it's
por la gente buena, para gente buena.
Yeah.
Wait, say it.
Por gente buena.
Por gente buena.
Para gente buena.
Para gente buena. Okay.
For good people, by good people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you say that.
Your Spanish is getting great, Marissa.
It's getting better. It's getting better. Okay, so a word every single week. That's all I need to learn. And then in a year, I can maybe cobble together how to get to a bathroom. Okay, so this month, we've got a killer ass month because it's Women's History Month. And we had to move some peeps because we were like, we just doing women. That's what we doing. That's what she's saying. So let's look at who we got up in this month. I'm pulling up my own Instagram because that's how I'm doing this. So we've got Tequila Valor. We've got Tromba is next. I haven't talked to Tromba. That's pretty cool. Then we're doing something a little different. We're doing Pelacañas. It's a Mexican rum. Mm-hmm. So it's not Casamigos, which is also made by sugarcane, but it is a Mexican rum. Mm-hmm. Then there's El Tequileño. We love El Tequileño. You're going to go, hey, Tony Sayas is a man. That is true. Yeah. Tony Sayas' wife is a woman, and she's coming on TequiLadies. She is a badass and awesome. And I was at an event a year ago, Arte Agave in New York City, and I'm talking to Nick from El Tequileño. He's super cool. And then this beautiful woman comes and starts talking to me, and I'm like, oh, cool. Does not mention that she's Tony Sayas' wife. Does not mention that she's involved in the Tequileño. It was asking me all these questions about.
We had Tony on the show.
We had Tony.
I love Tony so much. I love both. I've only met Gina once. That Gina. I love Gina's
and then there's two Ginas, of course. But
I feel like Tony is the kind of person that would be married to somebody amazing,
like to a badass woman. And men who are married to badass women, I think so much higher of. Anyway, so she's gonna come on. And then we end it with 1953 tequila. And there is a reason why it's called 1953, and you will find out on March 31st because it is a long month with 5 episodes.
Yeah. That's so crazy. It's so many Tuesdays in one month.
It's the most possible Tuesdays a month can have.
Yes.
So,
What I want to say to both of you ladies, the fact that what I love about both of you is that you are just like, you come with open hearts and you want to learn. It doesn't matter what the brand is, who the people are, like you want to learn. And I think the world would look a lot different if we were willing to just sort of open our minds and hearts a little bit more. And that's what you guys are doing and providing a platform for that. And I think it's amazing. So thank you for doing that.
I mean, we talk to 818, so no one can say that we don't talk to everyone because we do.
No, you do. You do.
All the places.
And actually, it was one of my favorite interviews, and I'm really good friends with Lou Bank now. Not really good friends, but good enough friends that we text and stuff. So truly,
pals.
Yeah, Lou Bank, of course, who does not ever remember Christiane. So like, but he remembers me, bitch. So
good. No, that's good. That's good. I'm fine.
Anyway,
me guys, we're good.
Okay, so es todos para esta noche. Sí.
Fantástico. Listo. Listo.
Thank you, everyone. And Heidi, what do we tell them? What do we say?
Next and every martes.
We'll see you next and every Tuesday. Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Everybody.